Hey guys, what's up? Thank you guys for being here for another Kelly TV PLL live show, or maybe it's your first live show, and if it is, then welcome. So glad to have you here. So let's just say last night I thought was a little bit more tolerable than some of the previous episodes of 6B. There's one thing I think this show can do well, and that is the drama aspect. And I did love that they put a lot of the stuff in there about the ships and just personal issues with the girls. There was just a lot of good moments from that end. But I am not feeling the whole mystery end, and I just really wish if this show keeps on wanting to come up with more episodes, because I know they at least want to do a season 7, that they would just resolve these mysteries and focus on the drama in the show. However, I don't see that happening, but just saying. Hopefully you guys can see me because I see myself. It appears that I'm live, but I know some of you are acting like you can't see me, so I hope that you can. Yes, as Flawless is saying, loving the drama. I love the drama. The Spoby flashback to me was probably the best part of the episode. I felt that that was very touching. I do appreciate the fact that they're letting us kind of know why some of these couples had issues, why they're no longer together. Is it Marisha from Holland? Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Stephanie from Sweden. Hey, Sarah, Ari, Mark. Bunch of you guys are here. Connor. Connor saying it's sad because it has so much potential for good dramatic storylines, but instead they focus on the ships. Absolutely. I really think that I can't see you, Flawless. Well, I see you in the comments, but I wish I could see all of your faces, or I wish you could at least like voice chat, you know? I mean, they really need to get that technology going. Maybe they do somewhere. But I mean, how cool would that be if we could do like a Skype, with everyone? That would be so cool. I think so. Marge is asking if Spencer had an abortion. No, I don't think so. I think what happened is that they had a pregnancy scare and she was not pregnant. So what she was basically saying is perhaps they would have had the discussion, or might have had to deal with an abortion discussion if she had ended up being pregnant. We're just trying to assume they didn't go there. You're welcome, Marisha. You're welcome. But anyway, I really don't care about the mystery because I don't feel like they do a good job with that part. I'm just kind of over it. After Cece was named one of the A's, that lost its appeal for me, and I don't really care about another A or whoever because I don't feel like they're very good with the mystery part, and I kind of just wish the show was just a drama at this point, or maybe had always been a drama. Do I ship Spaleb? I don't, not really. I feel like, honestly, because especially with last night's episode, I still feel like Hannah and Caleb have feelings for each other, and I think, or at least Hannah, and I really think that Spencer and Toby have feelings for each other. I really do, and I definitely think that Ezria is a thing that's going to happen. Like, you can just tell the chemistry there, especially on his end. The burn on Arya just reminds me of the Black Widow with half of the mask burned, says Audrey. I definitely think that scene was kind of ridiculous where Arya was burned. I really can do without that stuff at this point. As Shalise is saying, she's over the mystery too. This new A seems juvenile like season 1's A. And I guess we're still working with 2 A's here. We have this person who's desperate to know from the girls who killed Charlotte, which they don't even know. This person was setting up the little cards at Ella and Byron's wedding and taking pictures with Arya's camera. So maybe there's someone who is, not really a bad person. They just want to know who killed Charlotte. And then we have maybe a bigger villain who burned Arya. If you ship Spaleb, that's totally fine. It's not that I hate them, and they had some good moments together last night, don't get me wrong, but I just still feel like a lot of the people still have feelings for each other, but that doesn't mean the old ships are going to get back together. So Peyton has asked me what I think about the twin. I don't really think that they gave us enough clues or anything about the twin from this episode. The only thing some people seem to think on Twitter was that Arya could possibly have the twin because she was in that lineup. But then at the end, we saw Mona with the dice keychain. So it's probably not Arya. And I thought it was interesting because when Emily was showing the people in the garage that picture of Melissa with her hairstyle in that picture, it honestly kind of look like Arya, so maybe they were talking about her. I don't know. So William saying Marlene tweeted the twin would be seen in 6B. We still have a couple more episodes, so perhaps then maybe we've seen them in the background and we don't even know it, or maybe it is a main character's twin and someone has been pretending to be that main character, so we have seen them multiple times. Let's see here. There's so many comments. That is so awesome. So Carly's saying, did you notice in the new promo that someone looks a lot like Wildern or Holbrook in it? Yeah. So I don't know what that means, and I don't know if that's going to be the twin. I don't know. Who do I think has a twin? Well, if they would go on all the hints that they've given us in the past, then to me, it would really be Hannah, because they've set up the storyline for that. But a lot of times they do things that appear to be hints and clues, and they absolutely go nowhere. So I don't really know how to predict that. Marisha is so over Mona being a bad girl. Just let her be changed. I'm over that storyline. I'm over her being a red herring. I don't know what she's doing. I guess she's got some involvement in this drama that's going on lately with the new A, because she had the keychain and she acted, you know, like to Emily that something was up, but she just couldn't tell her there. But I don't know. Connor says, what if the twin is Mona's and the real Mona actually died? That's a really good twist that I could really get behind. But it seems like if that's her twin, she actually has the same personality, because she acts so much like Mona. But I guess you could be just like your sister. I'm not sure. But that's a really good theory. Flawless is saying that Spencer maybe has the twin. At this point, I think it's really too hard to tell who it is. It really could be anyone. Mark thinks that Shower is dead and is in the hole in Radley. That's why she's vanished, and it's why her face wasn't revealed coming out of the police station, probably A with a wig. Well, I can't remember if it was you or someone else who said that she's not listed as being in the episodes for the rest of the season. So I'm really hoping that she is dead, because you guys know I didn't like her. And I guess some of you guys are having some technical difficulties with this, but on my end, it looks completely fine. Usually I can tell when it's not working from my end, so I don't know. You guys may want to restart it. I don't know. This thing has been kind of strange lately, but usually it freaks out on my end and I have like a black screen. So some of you guys are saying I guess you can't hear or see me, which sucks. I'm really sorry. I would try to fix it, but it looks completely fine from this end, so I don't know what is up with that. But sometimes this Google chat thing on YouTube just goes crazy, and we don't know why. Which character do I want to come back? Well, are we having someone coming back? I don't know. That's a good question. There are so many people to pick from. I don't know. Who do you want to come back? Marge says the new Mona is really trying to be nice with the girls. Maybe her twin is trying to befriend the girls. That is true. She is trying to be nice. She even brought like that book to Hannah's bachelorette party. But it seems to me all the time like you just can't trust her, you know? I don't know. Poland thinks that pretty sure most of the new ships will break up. I really feel that way too. I don't know if all of them will, but it does definitely seem that way. Kelly says that she's here. So awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being here tonight. Is it Georgie? The idea of the twin makes no sense to me, to be honest. Well, it's something that they've kind of tossed around. And if you've read the books, there was a twin in the books. And I don't know. Again, to me, that's just another part of the mystery. And I know some of you guys are really into that. But I just feel like they've given us so many fake clues and they've strung us along and so many red herrings that to try to decide who has the twin, and really they've given us no clues, in my opinion, in this season, would be pretty impossible. So I don't really spend a lot of my time trying to think about any theories anymore in this show, because I feel like I might just be wasting my time like I did for the previous seasons. Ben, that's okay. Thank you so much for being here. So Marge really thinks the twin is Mona's. Honestly, they could probably make it make sense with anybody. As far as The Walking Dead, Kitty Cat is asking, I have never done The Walking Dead, that show. I did Fear the Walking Dead, but Walking Dead I don't watch. I mean, I've seen a couple of episodes, but I've never really watched it, so I would be so behind. But I did do season 1 of Fear the Walking Dead. Side note, I didn't love it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that again. Shalisa says it's been really hard for her to watch PLL this season. Absolutely. It's been so hard for me to sit down and concentrate. I ended up making a pizza during last night's episode just because, well, I was really hungry and I was like, whatever, I have it on DVR. But it's so hard. It's just not a priority for me to pay attention to it. It is a priority for me to finish the series, and obviously I have to watch it again and pay attention so I can do these shows and make videos because I care about what I'm doing here. But, you know, it's difficult. I completely agree. But I do want to know what happens, and I definitely want to know what happens from the dramatic side of it, so I'm going to keep watching it. Kelly says wants to see Spencer and Toby back together. I do too, honestly. I really want all the old people back together. Sorry, that's what I want. I felt like that's why last night's episode was tolerable and was interesting because I really love the dramatic side. I am sick of all the red herrings on this show. I agree with you, Leah. I mean, we learned that Melissa has also been getting these texts from this A person. She's been blackmailed. She paid them. It still didn't work. I will watch season 7. I'm going to finish it out. If they have 8 seasons, I guess I'll finish it out. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to finish it because I've been with it for this long. So, okay, so what if Cece was only Charlotte, but Charles is the twin, and the backstory told was Charles's story, says Carly. Well, let me read that again. What if Cece was only Charlotte? Okay, so she wasn't Charles. She wasn't born Charles. And the backstory told was Charles, and Charles is the twin. I don't know. I feel like that storyline that they've already given us is so complicated. And if they try to do some more stuff with that, that would just be ridiculous. I think it's going to be ridiculous if one of, you know, if Charlotte has the twin or Allie has the twin, if anybody in her family has the twin, I think it's beyond ridiculous because we've done so much with her family already. We just need to stop. No, I don't really like Mr. Hastings. I think he's ridiculous. I think he has a lot of secrets or like skeletons in his closet. And he was acting really crazy last night, but that's kind of the way he always acts, and he's annoying in my opinion. The fire scene, as Sarah is saying, could have been so much better. Honestly, the fire scene looked interesting in the previews, but I knew not to get my hopes up. It looked like maybe Arya had died or something. Not that I want her to die, but anyway, it was, you know, it was just kind of whatever when it actually happened. I didn't want her to get burned or anything, but that whole storyline is just like whatever to me with that stuff. Kitty Cat's asking about the Spoby pregnancy, which I think we mentioned earlier. It was just a pregnancy scare. I don't think that's the reason they broke up, but I think they realized at that point, like if she had happened to be pregnant, Toby would have been ready to marry her, move in with her, and she was not ready for that in her life. So they just weren't on the same page, and they were just going in 2 separate directions. Hi, Ariana. Hi, Amy. Thank you guys so much for being here. Gokai says Hannah was eating cake with a fork that had lipstick on it. Yes, that was funny. Hannah is funny, and I always appreciate like her little lines in these episodes because it makes it somewhat more tolerable for me. So Marge is saying that Allie is becoming a second character. Well, for the longest time, she really was a second character for us because we never saw her. Of course, she was important to the storyline, but now she's basically not on the show. Hold on, I'll show you. My shirt says hello, LA. Hopefully you can see it now. I'll try to, because I'm seeing this in a delay, so I can't see what I'm showing you because my screen is like a little bit of delay. Quite sure all the old ships will get back together, says Michelle. Yes, possibly. I think that's a good possibility. Flawless says, am I the only one who thought the alarm sound before the fire was the same as the one in the dollhouse? Yeah, that did kind of sound similar. Guys, let me know who was, whose apartment were they in for the bridal thing, because I somehow missed that. I loved Hannah's dress at the bridal shower. Yes, that was so beautiful. She always looks so pretty. Hello from the other side. I always say your name wrong. Malika, is that right? Hello, Adele. It's me. Yeah, it did sound like the dollhouse fire alarm. Really strange. Emily looked really good. She always looks good. Shay Mitchell is so pretty. Connor, I mean, all those girls are so pretty. Spencer wasn't pregnant. Guys, I think some of you are confusing the storyline. They had a pregnancy scare. They thought she could be pregnant. She wasn't. She didn't have an abortion. They just had like a scare. So I know there's a lot of confusion about that. She was just saying that she can relate to Yvonne because she could have been in that situation where she could have considered an abortion is kind of what she was saying. Just a scare. So Mark was laughing at the confrontation between Caleb and Toby. When Caleb was punched, they used the same sound effect when Emily punched shower. That's so funny. There was something really off there with Toby's acting in that scene. I don't know. He was like, well, if you're a betting man or something, I wouldn't have made that bet. It just seemed silly and it didn't seem real. So it was Lucas's apartment. Interesting. The punch was, silly. I don't understand what Caleb is doing by continuing to take the blame for this leak. I'm really sick of it. He's causing himself a lot of problems by doing it. And I mean, I kind of get it, but I think he just needs to tell people it's not him. So Carly says maybe the fire was a clue pointing to Lucas being Uber A, as he's the only other person who knows the apartment well, and he's confirmed to be back in the season finale, and he's been on and off the show. It's obvious that he's as smart as Mona. Yes, we know he's good with electronics. That would be totally fine with me if he was involved, because at least it's someone we know who has been on the show for a while, and I would be fine with that. Yeah, I mean, I like Keegan just fine. I'm just saying, if you watch that again, because I've watched it twice, when he was talking about bets and everything, it was just, something was not right there. It was like, it wasn't his best acting moment. Lucas's loft, okay. Yeah, now Lucas's loft has like burned. Not all of it, but you know. Agree with Shalisa that acting is bad because the writing is bad. Yeah, a lot of the writing is not good. And that the line that he had there about, well, something about placing a bet did not sound like something someone of his age would say. It was weird. It wasn't really a phrase that most people would normally say. So I think maybe that's why it came off strange, because it was strange. Like, you just wouldn't say it. Austin's wanting to know if I think Ella could have killed Charlotte. I feel like something else happened after Ella and Byron got together. We also know from the flashback that she visited Cece. So I don't really know what Ella's motivation would be, because remember, she said she felt sorry for Charlotte. What do you think her motivation would be, if so? And Flawless is from England. Hi, thank you so much for being here. Yes, I know. I'm sorry about the 5 o'clock change. I'm going to keep it at 5. We have, what, 2 more episodes left, so we're just going to keep it that way for the rest of the season, which that actually I have to do that because of my schedule. But we'll figure it out for season 7. We'll figure out what time we can do it. Then we might, if you guys like it this time, we can leave it. If not, we may be able to move it back. Do I ship Dimily? Dimily. Okay, Emily and who? Who is the other person? So Purple Sunstar says Lucas should be working with Jenna. Don't hate her, just want her to be involved. I don't know what is going on with Jenna because we haven't seen her in so long. I guess you say he could be working with Jenna. Maybe. I don't know. Like, we literally haven't seen her in so long. I don't know if she's coming back. I don't know if she's still part of the show. Mark says there was no mention of Emily's eggs this episode. A must have grown bored by them, but if I was Emily, I'd still be freaking out. Well, that's kind of the classic thing that this show does. They bring things up and they make it sound really important for a couple of episodes, and then they drop it. Now, whether or not they'll come back to that storyline, I don't know. I would think they would, but who knows? Yeah, I know that this time for the live show works out a lot better for a lot of you guys in the UK. I don't like Tanner either. Obviously, I don't think we're supposed to like her. She's very annoying. Damien, are you guys talking about the reporter from like last week? I don't think anything's going to happen with them. And I still think that she doesn't like dudes. She doesn't like guys. Sarah says they dropped the egg storyline, just another one to add to the list. I could definitely see them not even returning to that. Obviously, they should, but I don't know. Marisha is in the Netherlands. Very cool. Hello. Connor says the ending was so weird with the man getting the money from under the car. Yeah, basically someone is paying him a lot of money to fix that car because I guess that's the car, the SUV that chased Emily and hit her, not hit her, right? It had damage to it though, ran over her phone. Anyway, Poland would totally fall in love with the series again if they make someone like Lucas, Ren, or Jenna the new A. I think that's the only way that this show can be saved is if they have a good person as the reveal for this new villain. If it's someone ridiculous, if it's someone we don't know, if it's someone brand new, I just don't know. At that point, they've basically just said, you know what, we throw our hands up, we don't care, we're just going to, make someone stupid A. The man in the store was actually a woman? Really? The guy from the car repair place? I thought he was a man. It was a woman? This is the best part of the chat yet. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude by calling this person a man. I just really thought it was a man. Okay. Maybe it was a woman. I don't know. Very strange. the new A has to be someone from the dollhouse, says Peyton. That would be the only way they would know the noise, except Tanner, because she heard the noise in A's lair. Well, that's probably true because I think there was like a mastermind A in the dollhouse. So who is that person, though? So Flawless says it is someone new. Marlene confirmed it. Well, I know, but you guys know she says a lot of things and we just never know what. This is so funny. So apparently this person who Emily was talking to, who was really rude to Emily in the car repair shop, they had a jacket on with Patty on it. So, okay, that's totally cool. I just did not know. It's just strange because I swear that it was a guy, but you know, okay. Happy that Toby knows about aces, says Amy. Is Patty short for Patrick? Yeah, I'm glad that he's in on this. I think they're telling more people. However, I just feel like the explanations for not getting the police involved or someone over the police, like the FBI or something, is like a little ridiculous. I just don't understand. These people are in their, I don't know what, mid-20, 25, right? I don't know why they're not doing anything and trying to deal with this on their own when they're being blackmailed and sabotaged and, you know, bullied and whatever and whatever. It's just ridiculous to me that they're not getting someone involved. I get it that Rosewood police is shady. Go over their heads. Go to someone else. Go to the state police, okay? I don't know. So William heard that there was going to be an 8th season, but with new liars and characters like a spinoff. I don't know. Where did you hear that? I haven't heard that. If you can tell me where I can find the article or whatever, I'll tweet it out. I do feel like season 6B is going nowhere, Seppi. I totally agree with you. Totally. Flawless thinks, I thought you liked Toby. Flawless thinks that Toby and the police squad are stupid AF, but I don't think Toby's stupid. I would say that I think the police squad is really shady and you can't trust a lot of them. And I think we can trust Toby, but you know, I don't know. What do I think of the new A, or what do I think of the new A? Do I think it's person who's deadlier than Charlotte? Asked Julie, because I don't. No, so far they seem really silly, you know? They seem like not very advanced, you know? Thanks for being here, by the way. Connor says the Ezra and Liam drama with Arya is so tired. Like, they always give Arya the same storylines with boy drama. Absolutely. Absolutely. Go to the FBI or Homeland Security, says Marisha. I don't know if it would be an issue of Homeland Security, and I don't even know if the FBI would deal with that. But here in the States, like every state has like the state police, which is over the local police. So I think that would be the first logical step, but we know that they're not going to do that. The emojis on this chat are just really bad. They're basically worse than the PLL emojis, which are terrible. And it does kind of look like a pumpkin when you put in a smiley face. Also, to me, it looks like a duck face. I just don't get it. How do I feel about Mona calling Charlotte that night? Do you think she ended up talking to Charlotte or Rollins? So somebody made a phone call from that diner, whatever, Two Crows, and it was possibly Mona because it was someone with a pink dice keychain. We don't know for sure that it was her. They called Allie's parents' house, or I guess her dad's house at this point, but I don't know. I don't know who they talked to. Did they talk to Charlotte? Do we have that confirmed? I don't know. I really felt, I agree, the emoji that was sent to Spencer about her having a fire under her ass or whatever, it totally killed the mood of the scene that they just had with her and Toby by sending a childish text and having that the next scene, or the next part of that scene. Oh wow, how did you get the face with the sunglasses? How did you make that appear? Oh, I know how. You just clicked on this smile thingy. Look at these emojis. They are seriously terrible. I mean, they are like literally, they are like the internet just started or something, you know? I mean, look at them. I'm trying to send this one and it won't send. I mean, they are literally like when we had like AOL Messenger or something, you know? They are that silly. So if someone is to have a twin among the characters, who would I want it to be? Which I kind of touched on a little bit earlier, Gokai, but I think that the one who makes the most sense really to me is Hannah, because they've set up all the clues and the backstory. If you guys have watched, you know, all those episodes from the past, they've set all that up, and I don't know why they would go with a different character when they have all the groundwork done to make these emojis to make, you know, someone else. Why not make Hannah? You have all the groundwork there, you know? Now the kiss emoji looks okay. Thank you, Connor. That looks okay. Look, there's the devil that Ari put on there. That looks like the devil from the freaking show. That's so funny. If you guys could see them on chat like the way that they are here, I mean, literally, like here's the poop one and it looks ridiculous. Hi, Massimo. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm like so caught up on these stupid emojis. Thank you so much for being here. So in the new sneak peek, there was Emily talking about Mona saying she called Charlotte, but she was killed before she could. There's a crazy promo too that like happened right after the show where they show Hannah saying that she killed Charlotte or something. Obviously that's not true. And then Allie falls down the stairs and she's like twisted her ankle or something. And they're having all these accidents because of the new A. I don't know. Wow. Thank you. Thumbs down is how Mark feels about this show. If I could kill a character on this show, who would it be? Well, first of all, I would definitely kill Sarah, but I don't know. She might already be dead. And I think that Tanner needs to go. I'd be really happy with that. Honestly, Mr. Hastings can go. I mean, why would they kill Spencer's dad when they totally could have killed Mr. Hastings? Because he's not nice. I mean, it's so much better because Emily's dad was so, so nice. You know? Anyway, so tired of them pointing the finger at Melissa and Sarah when we know it isn't them. Thank you, Arlena, and welcome. Absolutely ridiculous. It's all good. You know, anything that they do. Oh my gosh, Connor, the shower Harvey. I love it. Love that emoji. Anything they do, any kind of craziness they do, anybody they reveal who makes no sense, if they do that as the new villain, they're just going to be like, dream logic, hashtag dream logic. Do I think Elliot is Uber A? Wow. Why can't I even think about who is Elliot? Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind because I don't even know who that is. There's too many people. Too many people. Do I want Veronica to die? No, not really. I mean, you know, I'm just kind of being silly. I really don't want anyone to die except for Sarah Harvey. But for the most part, no one deserves to die. Not that she deserves to die, but she's so annoying. Georgia just joined, so sorry. She's wanting to know if they dropped a lot of A as a girl hints. Well, honestly, I think the A should be a guy this time because we already had CC as A last time around, but I don't know. The problem is PLL feels like a very bad horror movie, says Weebke. No plot, nothing makes sense, and not scary or exciting anymore. Really good. Love it. That's a great Elliot's Dr. Rollins, thank you. But that was a great comment because you're right. It's like a really bad horror movie, except not even that bad because on horror movies, at least people are getting killed off, you know? I mean, it's not even as good. But it's just like a thing where nothing happens and nothing happens and no one's even dying. On a horror movie, it's like nothing happens. There's no story, but people are getting killed, you know? Hardy, Ezra's college friend, might be coming back. I don't know. Like, I'm really over the new people or the recycled people who don't mean anything. I've never watched Mr. Robot, Courtney, but Elliot, like, I'm so used to calling him Dr. R, Dr. Rollins. I know his name's Elliot. I was like, I know who that is. And I think they called him Elliot on last night's episode. So I should have remembered. But gosh, guys, there's a lot of people on this show and a lot of characters who come and go or never come again. But I don't know. Dr. Rollins, there's going to be something with him, you know. There's definitely going to be something with him. And I apologize again for the issues some of you guys are having with this live stream from a technical side. I don't know why it's doing that, honestly, because it looks totally fine here. So I'm really sorry. Yeah, Julie says, nothing's happening on the show. Absolutely. Completely agree. Mr. Hastings is mean and he's really hateful. And I've never really liked him. I'm not saying, oh yeah, he definitely needs to die, but I really think that the show should do something crazy. Like, they always tease and promote crazy stuff. Like, it looked like Arya was going to get like burned alive and stuff. And not that I want that to happen, but I feel like let's just do something crazy. Let's just go all out, because don't just tease it and do nothing. Like, if you're going to throw it out there and tease it, then you need to do something to make the show interesting, please. Georgia says, in the previous episode, we saw A eating cake in the end, right? And in the beginning, Arya says, don't eat that. It has lipstick on the fork. Is that suggesting that that was A's cake and lipstick? I don't know, possibly, but then who knows? Because the only thing in many seasons or shows, the theories, not the theories, the hints that they throw out and clues, you know, they actually mean something. But on this show, there have been so many in the past, if you think about it, or you probably don't even have to think too hard about it. And they mean nothing. They never go anywhere. So I don't know if that meant that that A is a girl. But probably there are two A's, and the person at the wedding seems to be the one who's not the hateful one, just the one who wants to know who killed Charlotte. And I think the possibility of that being a girl is very high. Just because. I mean, how many friends did Charlotte have? I don't know. So Massimo thinks it could be Charlotte who has a twin because it would explain why she needed a visitor's pass to see Mona at Radley. Her twin needed a pass, not her. Well, I'm not going to be okay with that because that means that Allie has yet another secret sibling. Because, you know, Charlotte was a secret. She had no idea that was her sibling. So we have already done this. We've already done that storyline. And if the twin isn't another sibling of Allie's, I think that's super lame. We don't need any more secret people in her family, you know? Right, the clues never added up to Cece, India. So the clues really don't add up usually to anything, although there are some really awesome clues out there that you could use and make, you know, a really good storyline. And a lot of people who make YouTube videos have made these excellent theory videos, and they make so much sense with the clues that the show has given us. But I don't know why the writers don't do that. I don't understand. So Gokai says that Mama Marin and Caleb have chemistry. Do you think Caleb will have a fling with Mama Marin? No, I don't think so. I hope not. I don't want the show to go that way. I just think, honestly, it's trying to tell us that Hannah's mom really likes Caleb, and no one really knows anything about Jordan. And I think that she's kind of hoping maybe they would get back together. You know, that's kind of what I think. And a lot of you are saying, like, India, that Ren could be the main A, and I know a lot of you guys want that to be, you know, the case, and I would love that. You guys know that. That would make me so, so happy. I just don't know if the show's going to go there, you know? I like Caleb. Sure, I like him a lot. Definitely. The show is so dead that we could bury it in the Hastings backyard, says Marge. And speaking of, Marge, I know you posted on one of my videos that you had like a question that I couldn't answer about the show, and I told you to bring it up in the chat. So go ahead and do that because maybe some of the other people in here can help. Okay, Anna says, why don't the writers take notes from the fans? The theory videos that fans make are absolutely amazing. The writers need some help, clearly. So true, and I say this in pretty much every live chat, that props to the people out there who make PLL theory videos, and they still are doing it even though the series has gone way downhill and people really, we don't really spend a lot of time on theories because who knows with the show, but literally there's some people that are freaking amazing at the theory videos, and I just wish if the writers didn't know where to go or were confused, they would just watch some of those videos and use some of those ideas because it would make the show like a billion times better. Does Hannah even want to marry Jordan? She needs to call it off, says Tony. Absolutely agree with you. I do not think, and I've been saying this for a while, but I don't think that they're going to get married. Can you tell she doesn't care that much? No one even knows much about their relationship or how they met. These are her close friends. Samian is from Dubai, and I know I'm probably saying Dubai wrong, but I really want to go there one day. So, hey, that is so awesome. It looks so beautiful there. I'm dying to go. Do I have any theories? Yeah, I have a theory that the show's just not going to get any better. No, I do have, I don't know. I used to do all kinds of theories, and I did theories about who was A. Of course, my theory videos are not like, we're not like the ones that some people do who just do theory videos and, you know, don't put their face on there. Like, those are so amazing. So at this point, I don't do any more really theories or theorizing just because, you know, I don't know if there's a point in it. And like I said, like I've said a lot, the clues they give us usually aren't real. So how can you work with that? How can we work with theories or clues that they're giving us? How can we establish a theory when they're not even real clues, you know? Yeah, Ben says theories with the show is pointless at this point. Don't get your hopes up because we will always be disappointed. I mean, that's sadly what we've come to believe because that's what we've seen be true in the show or on the show. So yeah, Georgie says it would be awful if we have to wait for season 7 to know who A is. It looks definitely like that way. I mean, we only have 2 more episodes. They're not going to give us another finale with an A reveal. The last finale they gave us had an A reveal. So yeah, if a character from the past was to come back, who do you think it could be? Well, Ren is who I would like for it to be, because at least they've mentioned him lately, and you know, it would make a lot of sense. But with them, they'll bring someone like Paige back, or someone who doesn't really add anything to the current story. Shalisa has to leave. That's okay, but thank you so much for being here and for participating. I really appreciate it. Jonathan feels like the story isn't moving forward. We're just watching them walk around in circles. And now I have a cat up here. You guys can probably see that. I'm so sorry. It's like a zoo in here sometimes. So Court says, something is telling me literally had a dream that it's going to be Spencer's twin. Well, that would be interesting. Please exit the building, Dexter. You know, at this point, I don't know. The only thing that about a twin that would make me roll my eyes even more is if, like I said, if it was Charlotte's twin or Allie's twin or somebody else from their family, because it's just so ridiculous that another person in her family exists that she didn't know about, you know? That to me is absolutely ridiculous. So Sarah says, always hated Paige. I don't know why. I just don't like her acting and the character is pointless. Well, thankfully, we haven't seen Paige for such a long time. To be honest, I don't think we're going to see her, maybe ever. So Ari says my cat is huge. Yes, he's a big cat. His name is Dexter, and he's a very big cat. Yes. Okay, great. I don't know why I always get these people on here that are spammers and trolls, but they can leave or I will block you every time now. King of Dragons was shocked that Toby and her had a child. Okay, so they did not have a child. Just one more time, it was a pregnancy scare, and I know a lot of people have been confused by that. She was never pregnant. There was just the possibility that she was, but she wasn't. Okay, but I know that apparently that's really confused a lot of people. As no more twins, says India. I just feel like that storyline's probably going nowhere good, but who knows? Peyton wants to know if I think that Dr. Rollins being Mona's doctor when she was in Radley is a plot hole or one of his relatives. Now my cat is shaking the table, my desk with everything. I swear he's driving me nuts. I don't know. Do I? I don't know. I really don't. I think he's probably going to end up being a villain. No, she didn't have an abortion. So I'm going to explain it one more time for those of you who just joined. Basically, there was a pregnancy scare between Spencer and Toby. And she said she might have had to have the abortion conversation if she'd ended up being pregnant. But she wasn't pregnant. But she can sympathize or she can relate to Yvonne because she was in a situation where she might have had to have an abortion discussion. I hope that makes sense, guys. Do I think Charlotte is actually dead, says Simone. I do. Yes. Aisha says there were twins in the book, and they did say the twins were somehow related to Allison. Yeah, Allison had a twin in the book. I'm sorry. I know that's a spoiler, but at this point, I don't feel like, I don't know. I'm sorry if I've spoiled it for you. I really am. But the books have been out for so long, and I hope everybody knows that because most people even know it, and I've never even read the books. But I just think that's so ridiculous because in the books, there wasn't this whole Charlotte transgender thing. So we've already gone there with that. So, so Sarah thinks that Spencer was pregnant and had a miscarriage. She looked really sad and upset when she was thinking back to what happened. I don't know. I mean, I didn't take it that way. I took it as they were sitting there waiting for the results of a pregnancy test, and she had set a timer, and like at the end of that flashback, the timer went off. So no one ever said, hey, I'm not pregnant, or hey, I am pregnant. I don't know. What do you guys think? Definitely don't think she had an abortion, but hey, I don't know. Maybe they're leaving that up for us to figure out. I don't know. Tony feels bad for Toby when he was like, being a cop is not enough. Yeah, and honestly, I think that she had this kind of mindset that Toby wasn't good enough for her, and like his job wasn't good enough for her. It does look like Allison is in the hospital in the promo, Simone. I agree with you. Tanner is really getting on my nerves. I completely agree. She seems even worse this season than last. And I have this cat trying to come over here again. Come on now. You don't need to be up here now. We're doing something. He won't leave. Oh my gosh. Why is Allison getting married without telling her family? She already got married because she got married at the end of last week's episode, but we just didn't see it. I don't know, because basically he was dying to get married. And I think it's really funny because Hannah said she can't even believe that they got married because they haven't known each other for that long. So I agree. So Gokai wants Shower Harvey to have the twin just so we could see her die twice if she ends up being A. You know, that's completely fine with me. Not really, though. I don't want her to have the twin just because he's driving me, or she's driving me crazy. Lorenzo, I don't know where he is. Some people told me that he's off the show. I have no idea. I have yet to find the article that says he was fired or whatever. Mark says that Tanner is amazing. Her curls are on fleek and she's hilarious. I agree. And I really love that she's let her hair go and it's all gray and it looks awesome, you know. Peyton says she didn't have an abortion because at one point in the flashback, Toby said, how long did these things take, talking about the pregnancy test. Well, right, but I think what some people are saying is that she could have found out from that test that she was pregnant and then whatever. But I still feel like they wanted us to think that she had a pregnancy scare. She was never pregnant, but if she had been pregnant, maybe she would have had to discuss her options. Okay. Carly says, to be honest, I still think that Ren had been Charlotte's original doctor. It would make sense because Melissa never said when her and him broke up, and he could have gotten that call right before Charlotte revealed herself, and Dr. Rollins helped kill Charlotte because she's the only one next to Allie. Well, first of all, I'll stop reading and say, yes, I definitely think he's going to be some sort of a villain, if not the main villain. Who knows? The switch happened and Allie never knew. Yeah, I just definitely think that something will end up going on with Dr. Rollins and he'll end up being a villain of some sort. Absolutely. India, Melissa is shady, but I do think she's kind of a red herring. I don't know. She's just because she's being blackmailed. She's receiving like the stupid A text. So I don't think she's like our main A or anything. I really think she's probably just a red herring at this point, but who knows? I know a lot of you showed up late and that's completely fine. And if you didn't realize, this chat shows up on my channel like 5 or 10 minutes after it's over and the whole thing is there. So if you miss parts of it, you can totally watch it. If I missed your comment somehow, of course, accidentally, because there's so many comments, then you can leave a comment on that video and I will respond later on today. Georgia says, do you agree with me that the person Arya saw leave the police station wasn't Shower Harvey like we're led to believe? Yeah, and I think some other guys said that earlier. And I think that it's probably someone in a wig or one of those crazy masks. It might totally be you know, to be honest. Amy says, Spencer says to Toby, I didn't want you to think I would ever judge her for making that choice after we almost had to make that choice. So she wasn't pregnant and didn't have an abortion. Right. That is exactly how I took it. That is exactly what I think. Tony wants to know, where was Allie? I thought we were going to see Arya marry them. I feel like they were trying to say that she was like on a honeymoon or something because Hannah said she couldn't come to her bridal shower because she had to leave or whatever. Leah, yes, my How to Get Away with Murder live chats are also, no, they're not an hour earlier, but they're an hour long. Sorry, How to Get Away with Murder, for those of you who watch that show and come to the live chats, those stay the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern. So there you go. So, oh, that's so sweet of you, Carly, to have my channel on video post notifications. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I do think that this is one of the biggest crowds we've ever had for one of these shows. Now it says 81 people, which is, it blows my mind. Thank you guys so, so much for being here. As soon as I said that, like 3 people left, but that's okay. But thank you. That's crazy to me. I think when I first started doing chats, like 5 people came. So, and I know some of you are in that 5 are like still here. So I love you guys so much. And if this is your first time, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you'll come back in the future. Who would I like to meet? Actually, I have met 2 people from the cast. I met Aria / Lucy Hale, and I met her mom, Ella. What's her name? I can't think of her real name now. I met the person who plays her mom, and is it Holly? Something Holly. Holly Marie Combs. So I met Holly and I met Lucy, and they were both really, really nice. So I would like to meet Ezra, honestly, because I've always liked him, or any of the guys like Keegan or why if I can like, I'm blanking out on who these people's real names are, you know. Now I can't think of any of their real names, but any of the guys I would totally like to meet. And I would love to meet Sasha. She seems so cool. I would love to meet Ashley, oh my gosh, you know, I would so much. So Mark doesn't buy any of the stuff about Melissa being blackmailed by Uber A, so we're supposed to believe that Uber A only started torturing the liars with groceries 5 years later. I'm over it. So that's a good point. So maybe Melissa wasn't being blackmailed by Uber A. I still feel like she's a red herring. Deja, thank you so much for being here. Yes, there are a lot of people, which is great. That's awesome. But sometimes people get sad when I don't read their comment. And it's because there are a lot of people commenting, which is freaking awesome. Because if it was just me sitting here and like one person or no people, we would really have no show. I did watch Ravenswood, Elias, and I didn't like it. I thought it was silly, and I'm not surprised that it was canceled. Thank you, Tyler Blackburn. Yes, Connor, thank you. That is Caleb. Thank you, Julie. You're so sweet. By the way, side note, Quantico is coming back Sunday. So we'll be doing videos for that, and we're going to try to do a live chat. I don't know how many of you guys watch, but just a heads up, if you watch that show, the live chats are going to be on 6 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. So we will try it out Monday and see how many people show up, and if it's successful, we'll keep doing them. But I'll definitely do the video, recaps and thoughts. Anyway, you can watch that in the US on the ABC app if you are trying to catch up. They've only had half of season 1. So one half of season 1. So if you've never watched, honestly, I binged it in like a couple of weeks. But if you're behind, you probably haven't missed much because there were just a few episodes. So yeah, Tyler, really, really hot. Agree. I mean, I think most of the guys on this show are hot, to be honest, especially Cody Christian, who's never on there anymore because that is Mike, Arya's brother. I'm really hoping that season 7 is the last season because, my goodness, they really have nothing left to tell us at this point, as you can see from 6B, because freaking nothing is going on. So yeah, Ari says last week's How to Get Away with Murder was so good. It was great. Absolutely. If you guys haven't watched How to Get Away with Murder, I suggest you watch that too. It's a very great mystery show that does what it says it's going to do. It always delivers. So I don't watch Shadowhunters. I really was interested in that. I thought that looked really good. But I'm a bit overwhelmed with all of these shows, especially when Quantico comes back. I'll be doing videos and shows for 3 TV shows at the same time. Of course, Pretty Little Liars is going to end soon, but that is a lot. I probably can't take on anymore at this point because that pretty much takes up every day of the week to do a video or a show, which is awesome because I love that. But at the same time, I don't want to get like so many shows that I'm having trouble making quality stuff, you know? Samuel says, I could see Melissa pretending she's being blackmailed as an alibi. She was involved with Charlotte and Jenna, Wilden, and Shayna, or Shauna. Shayna. Did she go by Shayna? Shauna. Shayna. I don't know anymore. Exactly. Melissa is shady. So I wouldn't put anything past her, but I still feel like, you know, it's kind of a red herring. Scream is back in just over 4 weeks. Okay. I don't know why there hasn't been a trailer. And the other thing is, and this is Mark who I'm talking to here, I follow them on Twitter, and I've noticed that they really haven't tweeted much. So I'm surprised because like the ABC shows and stuff, they always tweet when their show's getting ready to come back. They start doing a lot of promotion. So I don't know why they haven't done that. How many shows do I watch? Well, I watch other shows that I don't do videos on. Like I watch Younger on TV Land, which is so good. Love that show. I've been watching Teachers on TV Land. It's really not as good, to be honest. I hope they don't cancel Scream. I watched Scream, and that's like my favorite. I watched Downton Abbey, which is ending completely next week in the US anyway. Gosh, I watch a lot of other things. I watch Orphan Black. I watch Orange is the New Black. Tosh. So much. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I just never got into it, and I'm so behind now, but I know it's super popular. I feel like I kind of missed the boat on Game of Thrones and Walking Dead because I just didn't really watch them, and now they're just freaking popular, and I'm so far behind that it's just like too much. Oh, Anna loves Younger too. Younger is so good. Of course, I was a big Hilary Duff fan, or I am, so I wanted to kind of watch because of her, but then I love the girl who plays the main role. I didn't really know her. It's so good, and of course, I love her boyfriend on there. Oh my gosh. I just started watching Fuller House, and I'm going to get back to PLL in just a little bit. I watched the first 2 episodes. Of course, I love it because it brings back so many good memories for me. Being a kid in the 90s, I just love it so much. I don't watch The 100 or Suits. I haven't watched those. Yeah, I know Downton ended a long time ago in the UK. I really like it so much. The ID channel, I have watched some, but not as much as I used to. I used to be like seriously addicted. Let me get back to the PLL stuff because that's why you guys are here, and some of you guys are probably like, I watched The Hills though. Oh my gosh, and Laguna Beach, all of it. Yes, all of it. Did A say he or she is going to sabotage the election? Well, basically, Tony, A was saying that they wanted to know who killed Charlotte before the election. So I think they're basically saying something terrible is going to happen if they don't know. And since the girls don't know who did it, something terrible is probably going to happen. But I would say terrible because in A's mind, it's probably not going to be that big of a deal. Yes, today we heard that Fuller House has been renewed. That just was released, that they've been renewed for a second season, which is great. I'm trying to watch like one episode a night of that so I can finish that, but I do like it. George is asking if we can take a minute to discuss what rock did Mr. Hastings crawl from. He just appeared out of nowhere. I don't understand why people come and go on this show like they do, and then they never explain it. Like, they could say, you know, Mr. Hastings, he's been away on business, or he was dealing with something in another state or whatever, but they don't. He just shows up like he's been there all along. So I don't understand, because in my last video, people were asking me if they were divorced or separated or whatever, and I was like, I don't think so. Oh, I also watched Scream Queens. How could I forget? You know, how could I forget? Who would win, Scream's Ghostface or Scream Queens the Red Devil? I think the villain on Scream is way scarier than the Red Devil, but honestly, Scream is a scarier show than Scream Queens. I have not seen Open Heart. Is it scary? Is it suspenseful? I do watch The Fall on Netflix. It's very suspenseful, very, very good. Don't understand how these girls are keeping their jobs, says Stephanie. Great point. Hannah got fired. We know that. But how is Spencer keeping her job? Absolutely. And I guess Emily doesn't really have one. But I don't know. Doesn't Spencer work like in Washington, D.C.? It makes no sense. Okay. So apparently they did say that Mr. Hastings was away on business in episode 12. I missed that. I was probably sleeping during that time. But I guess it really doesn't matter because he's not a big character, but sometimes I would like to know, like, where is Jenna? Like, what is she doing? Where is Mike? Is he in college, or what's up with that? I don't know. I don't watch Suits. I don't watch Jane the Virgin, but speaking of the CW, I do watch Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I think that's really good. Was I shocked about the killer on Scream Queens? I'm not going to read who it is just in case some of you haven't watched. Not really, but I thought it could have been better. Wasn't terrible. Could have been better. Heartland. I don't know what that is. Where is what channel is that on? Game of Thrones. Dan's mom started watching it this past summer, caught up already. It's on demand. Really recommend restarting it and binge watching. That I will get hooked in no time. Yeah, I definitely probably should do that, because literally all of my friends in real life who watch that show, they're just like obsessed with it. They freak out when it comes back on Showtime, you know, they freak out. Or HBO. Hello, I know that's on HBO. Oh, I also watch Girls on HBO. I used to watch Dexter, but it ended really terribly. Mark says Allie is out of town in every single episode. Whatever happened to Sasha being a main cast member? It's so sad. I wanted 5 liars, not 4. I know. I don't understand that at all. I also don't know, Anna, where Jason is. Absolutely have no idea. No idea. Did they explain that? Actually figured out the killer on Scream, but I thought it made sense, and I thought it was good. I thought it was a good reveal. I thought it wasn't obvious, and I like that. Wow, Secret Life of the American Teenager. Hasn't that been off for quite a while? I feel like I've seen some of that in the past. I love the Scream franchise. Flawless. Absolutely love Scream movies, obviously. So good. Would love it if Caleb and Hannah got back together, if he's going to stay at her house, just like the beginning. Yeah, I want them to get back together too. Absolutely. Noah, I used to watch The Vampire Diaries, but I got behind. And I used to love it, and now I've missed a lot of it. Dexter was really good. The finale was one of the worst ever. Honestly, I think it was about like the CC finale. It made people really, really angry. Allison, I guess, is a teacher who never teaches. I have no idea if she's part-time. That's a good question, India. I don't know. Very strange. TV fan says Hannah got fired and Aria is writing a book and Emily is in college and Veronica quit her job. We just don't know what Spencer's doing. What is Spencer doing? My favorite A reveal overall was definitely Toby. That was totally shocking. Came from nowhere, and I absolutely thought that was amazing. But too bad he wasn't really A. So that was the only part that was bad. Do I prefer the movies or the TV show of Scream? Scream 1 I thought was incredible. After that, I thought they got a little predictable. I really do like the Scream show, honestly. Steffi can't go on with this show. Are you going to quit watching? I don't know. So we have about 5 minutes left. Just wanted to say, if you are new here, if you're watching for the first time, if you've never even seen my channel before, or if you've been here but you've just never subscribed, please subscribe. I would really appreciate that. That lets you know when I have a new video or a new live chat, and keeps you up to date. Also, my social media is in the down bar, so if you want to follow me anywhere and everywhere, I would really appreciate that. Apparently, Allie is just a substitute teacher. I didn't know that. I thought she was a real teacher. Also, I will have my video up tomorrow for this week with my extended thoughts about last night's episode and kind of some recapping the highlights at least. I have no idea how Allie has graduated and whatever, but I think you can be a substitute. Well, I guess she's not still in college, but I think you can be a substitute without a college degree. I'm not really sure. Hi, Diana. Thank you so much for being here. Do I think the girls will be back from the dollhouse? Asked Gokai. Thank you so much for the cute emojis. Those are actually cool, the ones you put together. Thank you, India. I really appreciate it. I hope they don't go back to the dollhouse because we've already been there and done that, you know? I know, we've been here for like an hour. Yeah, it's almost been an hour, but honestly, I feel like the time flies. Steffi has to go. I will see you at the chat Friday. Thank you so much. I will definitely be recapping and live chatting season 2 of Scream Queens, Carly. Absolutely. What's hanging behind me is like a streamer. Like, people always ask this. It's like a party thing or something. I don't know. It's just like a decoration because honestly, these walls are so boring. I'm trying to figure out something to put here because it doesn't look very cute. So I thought, you know, I'll just hang that up. Apparently, we don't know if she's a substitute teacher or a real teacher. I don't know. But apparently, you don't have to go to school for anything in Rosewood, says Amy, or follow any kind of rules or whatever. Absolutely. Mark says the Toby reveal was epic. Shocked, but for the first time ever, I gasped out loud at a TV show. I did too. I was like screaming at my TV show. But we all know how Marlene dumped it all down the toilet. Absolutely. Because really, it meant nothing. So, yes, it was pointless. It was a great reveal, but it was pointless because he wasn't really So I don't know. It was just like a red herring again. Thank you, Gokai. I really appreciate that. You guys know I love all of you. This necklace is Jennifer Meyer. I got it from, I think, her website. And it just has my initial on it. It has a K. And Jennifer Meyer is Toby Maguire's wife. Yeah, but I've had it for a little while. But anyway, okay, so the Ezra reveal was good too. And I was thinking there was another one that was right up there. Absolutely. But for me, the Toby was a little bit more shocking. That would be so cool. I would love to be on PLL. I should come on there and kill all the evil people. Thank you, Flawless. I really appreciate it. So I guess we're pretty much done here because I think we're just kind of recycling the same topics just like the show does, which is fine. But I just want to let you guys know I've had so much fun with you tonight. Such a great time. I love these chats more than anything. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Flawless. Appreciate it. So, again, my video will be up tomorrow, so please subscribe so you can see that. And if you watch How to Get Away with Murder, you can chat with me live again on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, so I would love for you to be there for that. And if you don't, then I will just, thank you, Diana, then I will just see you next week for this live chat at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. So I love you guys so, so much, and thank you so much for supporting my channel and for coming to these live shows and just chatting with me. And even when we're just chatting about whatever, like other TV shows, I think it's very fun, at least for me. So hopefully it is for you guys too. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow with my new video. Bye, guys.